Welcome back, guys, to another episode of our Slime Fun Let's Play series. You notice that where am I here? There, Josh isn't here at the moment. We did a recording earlier on in the week with Josh, but his sound on my video was just pretty much non-existent. So I've got to repeat this this video tutorial, and we'll get this published, and hopefully the next recording we have will have all those sound issues sorted out again. So let's see how we go, and I'll try and match as close as I can with what we did here on his last video. So we didn't do a lot on Slime Fun. We've got a few more machines built, and we did a little bit more work on our iron golem farm, and I've been working on that over the week. So I'll show you what I've done there a little bit more, and we'll go from there, eh? So let's get stuck straight into it. So the first machine that we added was this one here, which is part of the basic machinery. Okay, so we go to basic machines. We've made the armor forge. The next one we made was the ore crusher, which was this one here. If we click on that, notice it's a multi-block that we built in the world, 2 iron bars, a dispenser facing up, and a nether brick fence. Notice the dispenser there is facing up, and that's it there. And basically what this thing makes, you can see the recipes below. The top row shows what you place in the machine, and when you right click it with your right click the nether brick fence, these are the items you get out of it. So for example, you put 8 cobblestone in there, you'll get a piece of sand back. For example, pop the cobblestone in there, click it once, okay, we go down, we get 32 cobblestone and 1 piece of sand. Okay, and that's the same with all of those. Okay, so that's the ore crusher. Very basic, very straightforward. And if you want to know what you need to make, if you're looking for something in here, the bottom is the result of what you place in. The next machine, I don't think the next machine we actually made. No, the compressor we didn't make. Not yet anyway, because we're not quite there yet. We have got some steel and stuff. We might, in fact, you know what, I might actually go through and make this as well, and we can catch up on Jaylander's video on the next recording. So just give me a sec, I'll make this up for us. Okay, so we have all the items now. So we'll just place this in the world. We have our dispenser facing up, like so. We'll grab our 2 pistons. We'll place, in fact, we might just place that. We'll place it right up close to it like this. We're tight on space, so we make sure we get enough room for ourselves here. There, facing up, putting the piston there, and the nether rack fence in there. Okay, so now what we need to do is we look at the book again, wherever that is. The compressor, if we throw 8 steel ingots in there, we should get some steel plate. So we've got a heap of iron, so let's throw that in there, give it a whack. That's interesting. Iron ingot. Maybe it was steel ingot, so we need to make some steel ingots. So we haven't got there yet, so we are a little bit further away, but that's how you make the multi-block item. Just as it shows in the book. Remember the brick says it's a multi-block, so you build it in the world that looks like that, right? And that's what you get back out. Okay, the next item on our recipe that we've made was the smeltery. We click on that. Now we need some flint here. I'll go and get some flint and steel just quickly. So here's the smeltery here. We go to the book. All right, you need now this is where it gets a bit tricky. Multi-block, so you build it in the world. You need nether brick fence, you need a dispenser facing up, and 2 nether bricks on the side, and there it is there. Now, the confusing bit here, where a lot of people think, is you see a flint and steel underneath. The flint and steel means you need to light a fire underneath the dispenser. And the best way to do that is with netherrack on the bottom, using some flint and steel, like so. Now, what this does, if we look at our recipe book, all right, this will turn iron dust into iron ingots. It will also turn a number of other dusts into ingots. All right, so it's not just the iron dust. So we have some ingots, some dust down here. If we head down into here and grab some of these dust that we've made, we made these from the earlier versions. So the fire's still there. Now what we do is we place there's some gold dust in there already, look at that. So we'll place some copper dust in there. If we right click it, notice how the flame goes out. Now that'll either go out every click or go out every 2 or 3 clicks. I've had up to 6 clicks before it goes out. So a real pain. Is one of the worst things about Slime Fun. But there is a way that we can automate it so that it keeps lighting automatically for us on a timer. And we'll do that a little bit later on so you can see how it all works. But there you go, there's your copper ingot right there. Alright, we still have some more. So we just get our flint steel again, give it a light. Okay, and hit it again. So see it started light again, hit it again, 2, and that's it. So it doesn't just do iron, it does copper. Now the gold, right, you've got to be careful with the gold because what happens if we click it once, bang, we get a gold ingot, but notice it's a 4 carat gold ingot. Now if we hit it again, we won't get a second 4 carat gold ingot, we'll get a 6 carat gold ingot because that's the recipe. The dust and the 4 carat is the recipe for a 6 carat, and I'll show you. There it is there. So if you think you're gonna place a whole pile of dust inside the dispenser and then just get heaps of gold ingots, 4 carat gold ingots, you're not. You're going to get 24 carat gold ingot. It goes up to 24 carats. So you're just going to be careful of that. Now I'm just going to try something here. Normally the top left hand is reserved for whenever is the first item that gets used in the ingredient. So let me just click on that and see if I come up with another. Hit it again. Yeah, so it's 8 carats. So it doesn't make any difference. You've got to take it out and you've got to then hit it again, take it out, hit it again. Oh, the fire went out. Hit it again, take it out, and it's a real pain, right? This manual stuff is really, really slow and grindy, and it's a pain in the neck, but we'll get there in the future. We will get there. All right, so that's the smeltery. That's how it all works. Let me just put that out. And the next thing we made was this gold pan. Now if we go to the machine here, this was into tools, yeah. So the first one's a gold pan, and all that is stone inside a wooden bowl in a enhanced crafting table. So we made our enhanced crafting table over here. There it is there. Right, so it's stone wrapped around a bowl, and you get a gold pan. Now the gold pan gives you certain dusts from gravel. Alright, if we just click on this and we go, if you just right click it, notice you get clay and flint. Okay, there it is. So you get clay and flint. I think you get other things as well, because that'd be a bit of a pain if you didn't. But this is the very first basic way of gold panning. There are easier ways of doing it, quicker ways of doing it. So let's just do that one more time. Now I was right clicking, let's left click it. Yeah, left clicking just breaks the block. So you need to right click it with the gold pan to get what you need to get. It seems all you get is clay and flint out of this. Oh, and some sifted ore. There we go, we've got some sifted ore as well. So it's a low percentage drop on sifted ore, but sifted ore is what you need to get to the next level. And that is the dust washer. Now just a quick one. This ore grinder here that we placed, if we look at our ore grinder, what can it make for us? Basic machines, ore crusher. No, it can't. So it doesn't do anything with gravel. So delete my last, that doesn't help us at all. So what we're doing here is we put our sifted ore into here and we right click here. No, right, now if you look at it again, this is what you get. You get your aluminium dust, your copper dust. So this is where you get all your precious metals from, out of your ore washer here. Right, your ore washer, to make it, hit the back button, smeltery, pressure chamber, ore washer. So we haven't done these magic workbench or the pressure chamber yet. We don't need those yet. But we do need the ore washer. So it's just a dispenser on an oak fence on top of a cauldron. Okay, and notice it's all sifted ore through here. So this is where you throw your sifted ore, and this is what you get out of it, all 9 types of precious metals. Okay, and that's how you work that. So your gold pan gets you your sifted ore. Sifted ore goes into here, and that gets you all your precious metals. So you may end up using your gold pan a hell of a lot in early game to get the sifted ore that you need. Now there are quicker ways of doing it with other machines, and we'll get to those a little bit later on. Okay, so that's the machines we made in this session. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everything away, and I'm going to head up to our iron golem farm and get the next stage of this sorted out for us. So let's just head up here. I'm going to go into creative mode just right this quickly and show you where we're at. So I've been a bit busy up here, and this one up here, this is pretty much the finished product, less the crops in the top section. Okay, and I'm pretty sure we still have our captured villager here. Oh yeah, there he is, you can hear him, there he is. I'm just waiting for another mate for him, then I'll get him up and we'll start breeding them together. So this is how it all works. Basically, if you notice, there's down there on the ground over there, there's my capture area. Once I capture a zombie villager, I heal him, and I traipse him up into, there's a rail up through there, and I rail him into this pod at the moment. Now what I do is I run it through. Now eventually I'll put a switch just here, and I'll run a line off to that one, and I'll run switches up here to pretty much direct it wherever I need to direct the villagers to go. So he'll come down here, head up into this line, up onto this line, and notice here's the switches here. So all you need to do is flick the switch and it changes direction of the line. See that? Same. Alright, so once I get enough villagers in there, I just change the line to there, and it goes around to the next pod. And that's basically how it works. So the water in there, this is where the golems will spawn. Okay. And the line goes all the way around the pod. So basically one of these big squares is effectively a village. Okay, and that's why they're so far apart. So the mechanics in each village, so there's 4 villages there, so one there, one there, one there, and one here. So the mechanics don't interfere with each other, and you maximise your golem output. So up here will be crops, usually wheat, okay, and I'll have the farmer villages shipped up to here, right, and they'll start breeding with each other merrily, giving us more villages, and we can eventually we'll start ourselves a villager trading post. Okay, the lids, the rooftop is a half block, so nothing spawns on top of the roof, and basically nothing can get in there. So they can come around here, but they rarely do, and even so, everything's blocked off. Once I get villagers in here, there's a block that goes in there anyway. So it's a pretty straightforward setup. So I'm going to head over here and show you whether we're up with the cobblestone on the one we're showing you. Now I've made that one. This one over here is almost complete. I just have to do the rail line on that one. Same as that one over there. Just got to do the rail line on it. So this is the cobble side of it. Now we've got the first layer here built. Okay, all we need to do is put water in here, put the doors in these holes. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Glass around here with the glowstone in place. This level here is the second level for spawning. So this will get filled in with a square hole in the center, and then we'll go up another 3 blocks and put doors all the way around the top, and that's your second layer of doors, as you can see on those ones. Then after that, we go up into the farming station and put a roof on it. Now the roof, just quietly, notice the roof doesn't go past the level of the bricks here. I think you can go 1 past if you need to, but if you go any more than 1, it negates the actual door being recognized as a house, and they won't breed. I found this problem a little while ago. Now the only reason I put a roof on these things is because we're in a snow area, and you've got to keep the ice or the water from freezing. And I put a snow on it because you've got villages in there, you don't want to get wet and all that sort of stuff, so keeps them at a level comfort. And I go over the fences because if zombies breed up here and they fall down, they're not going to land anywhere near my villages in here. Okay, so they're all safe. Right, and eventually I'll have a sorting area where the zombies, the golems will go down the centre, and I'll have villagers being fed down in there. But that's for a later video. Now, the channel, I remember I said it had to be 72 blocks long. Here's why. We put our 2 water blocks on the second high up, so there and there. Notice it's 1 up, and that flows through to about 9, I think. 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so the 9's there. So the next sign goes just in front of where it ends, and 1 on top, and then you go again. So 9 8s, 72. Okay, and you'll find that there's 8 of these water flows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it stops just at the right spot there. Okay, and that's far enough so that they, as I said, the villager mechanics don't actually interfere with each other. Okay, where are we now? So we've made that, we've put that together. Oh, and I've put a roof over the top of it all the way in the channels here, because we are in a snow biome, and if you don't put a roof on it, all these water placements turn into ice. And you freeze and you lose your flow. I do have to put another block along this channel here, because when our little baby villagers come through, they can actually swim up on these and get out of the channel. So I've just got to go one more high in there, and you'll see that as we go through the episodes. Now down here, all this is down here is basically a simple hole. Right, as I attract a zombie villager to me, I walk into this channel here, open up a trapdoor. He falls down into the trapdoor, and all I do is I grab myself a apple and a splash potion of weakness, pop down here. Okay, he's in this hole here, and I just splash him and heal him from here. Once he goes into here, I run a rail line over to him, put him in a rail cart, and then push him off, and he gets sent away up into the farm. Pretty simple, straightforward, and it works like a charm. Okay, and a lot of times I'll leave a villager down here because they tend to attract other zombie villagers as well. So I'll leave him there, and you'll see, you may end up seeing eventually some zombies hanging around down here trying to get at the villager, which is kind of happy. So you use one as a bait to attract more. I only need 1 more because I can then start breeding, and I'll show you how to do that a little bit later on. Okay guys, and that's it for this this tutorial. Pretty quick, I know, and look, I apologise if Jay's not here and we've missed our gameplay. I'll put a link to his video on his channel, so you'll see the original recording. We had a pretty good time doing that, and if you're liking the series and you want to learn more, we're going to keep going on with Slime Fun. We're going to progress a lot quicker now, so I think you should have an understanding of how the book works and how the lower machines work. So we're going to push through and get a lot of the machines done. We'll show you what the machines do, but we won't show you how to build them because it's pretty straightforward. Unless there's an anomaly there somewhere that we need to show you, we're not going to show you how to build them. And we'll progress this through a lot quicker. So if you're liking the series, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps us out, and I'll catch you on the next tutorial. Bye for now.